Okay, so this is Kean Piano 1, and this is the third week. This will be the week of February 2nd. So far, we did all those other pages, 20 and 21 and 25 and so on. Today, I'll begin page 24, the American song and the French folk song. I tell you the names of them, not just the pages, because some of the books, if you have an older edition, they're found on different pages. So make sure you're playing the American folk song and the French folk song. So this is simple, in the key of G. You now know to set your fingers up in the key with your thumb on G in the right hand, pinky on G in the left hand, and you cover the notes. The trick is to always cover as many notes in a row that you're going to play. So don't be playing and moving your hands and trying to find notes with different fingers. These are the fingerings. So you can see it starts with 3. So the right hand starts on the third, on B, and it sounds like this. You've probably heard it if you're an instrumentalist. In your first books you ever played, an instrumental book 1 is something called Go Tell Aunt Rhody. It's just a folk song. And both hands play the same thing. So it's B, B, A, G, G, A, C, B, A, G. Then it simply goes up a third to the D. Same pattern, D, C, B, B, A, G, A, B, G. You see the notes going down, you see the notes going up, you see the notes going down. So in general, if you're going to make a mistake, make the mistake on the wrong note, go in the right direction. Many students, they see a note going up and they play down. That's not a good mistake. Making mistakes that way. So on the top, at the very top of the page is just the first 5 notes of the scale that sets you up in the key of G. That's what it sounds like. You can play it slower. B, B, A. That's how to practice, by the way. Very slow. A. That's the tempo to practice in. The next piece is the French folk song. You put your fingers in F. So now my right thumb is on F, my pinky is on F, and I'm covering F, G, A, B flat. I'm sure you all know that that flat in the beginning of the line means that all B's are flat, unless otherwise shown as an accidental. So this is the French folk song, and it's F, G, A, F, G, G, A, B flat. And you're going to find that the 4th finger almost always plays B flat in your right hand. Almost always. Not always, but certainly almost always. And then it goes to A. The second line is the same. F, G, A, F, G. But because you're going to end it, there's something different. It lands on the root F. So you have a sense of finality. Left hand, same thing. F, G, A, F, G, G, A, B flat, B flat, A, F, G, going up, coming back to F, up, going up the scale, all the way up, B flat, to C, and back to F. Here's what it sounds like. It's all unison. Unison is when the 2 notes are played exactly the same. If you playing band, orchestra, even singing in chorus, and everyone singing the same note at the same time alphabetically, it's called unison. All right, so that's it. That's the only new things in the sheets for February 2nd. Now we're going on. You've already done your C scale, your C minor scale, your major chords, arpeggios, minor, diminished, augmented. Now we go on to measure 21. And now you're going to cover the whole page. So this will be the D major and the D minor scales, chords and arpeggios. And this will get you through right up to the week of February 9th. So let's look at the key of D. You have 2 sharps. So I'm on measure 21 of the scale sheets. 21. And you're going to play the notes of a scale. You play. Except you're going to play F sharp and C sharp. So the same as C, same fingers, but it's D. So it's 1, 2, 3, as always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I don't have fingerings written in, it means refer to C, the first line, because those are the exact same fingerings for these particular scales. They'll change, but not right now. So the D scale is D, E, F sharp. There's your crossed thumb, as always. You continue up to C sharp, and you cross your thumb again, and do just what you did in the first octave. E, F sharp, thumb crossing, 4, 5. Back down is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those notes. Cross over to 3, these 3 notes. Cross over to 4, those 4 notes, and these 3 notes. So it's clusters. You're playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And try to avoid this again. Try to avoid this stuff with the elbow, okay? So, slap the keys, really dig into those keys. I was always taught as a young student, try to push the keys down to the carpet. Just hit them so hard that if you could, that's how hard you'd be hitting them. Certainly you want to feel the bottom of the key bed. Like I don't feel the bottom of the key bed right now because I'm playing fast. But when I play slow, just slap the keys. So, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. Cross your thumb and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Here's the problem that a lot of students have problems with crossing to the 4. Not 3, but 4. Same as C. If you can do C, no matter what white key scale I play, I generally have the same fingers. There's only one difference. There's 2 differences, but these will be the same. Left hand, again, when you play the C scale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That should be old hat to you now. Put it in D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's easy. You cover those notes and you play them. You cross the 3 as always. But when you go to the second octave, you always cross the 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So you're playing the same fingerings, the bottom octave as the top octave. So very slowly, just play the D. You'll notice that F sharp has the 3s in both hands together. That's your check. That's the only way you'll know if your fingerings are right. Continue, continue. Now, I'm going to play something wrong very soon. 3s are together. And suddenly, here's what students do a lot. Instead of my second finger, they skip a finger. Don't know why, but they do. So if I do this, and I see I have a 3rd finger here, but a 4th finger here, I know I'm wrong. Go back and check it, and you'll find out what your mistake is. That's your checkbook. So fingerings shouldn't be an issue because it's the same as C. C, D, same exact things. Okay? That's that. Now, I'm going to skip to measure 34 where it says D minor. Because D minor, hopefully you learned this in your theory class, and if you haven't, you'll learn it now. A D minor has one flat in it, and that means it's the key of F. One flat is the key of F. The relative minor of F is D. You find the relative minor by going down a step and a half or up a sixth. You'll get D. And it means the F scale, which you haven't had, but that's an F scale, you play the same notes, but on D. You may want to simply do this. Take your D major scale and play all naturals except B flat. So you'll have D, E, same fingers as D, but B is flat. These are natural minor scales, don't forget. That's harmonic minor. You've probably heard that more, but this is what. Right? Left hand, same fingerings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross over. 3, 2, 1. And of course, if you're doing 2 octaves, which you will, you cross over to 4. So D major, D minor, F. Third fingers together, as always. Third fingers together on B flat. D major, D minor. Okay? And that's where these chords come from the major and minor scales. Okay? Now, look at measure 25. There's something different now. The right hand is 1, 2, 3, just like you played C arpeggio. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. You're going to play 1, 2, 3, 1 again, but on D, F sharp, A, D. But the left hand is not 5, 4, 2, 1 because the white note F is elevated up to an F sharp. So when you play D major, it's 5, 3, 2, 1. Now, after last week seeing a lot of students try the arpeggio, they do things like this. And they're trying to find the notes when you get there. Cover the notes. Cover them. Cover them. Just cover them. And then just wiggle your fingers. Leave them right where they are. You can do that all day because there's no movement. But once you try to find the note on the fly, never works. Never ever works. So the left hand is 5, 3, 2, 1. Not 5. Now D minor is going to be 5, 4, 2, 1. If you look at measure 38, that's D minor, and that's why the 4 is there in the left hand. So 5, 4, 2, 1 is minor. 5, 3, 2, 1 is major. It's very simple. If it's a white key, it's 4. If it's a black key, it's 3. If it's going up, if it's sharp, if it's flatted, it's something different. We'll see. So you'll practice that. The other thing you'll practice is measure 28. We're going to do all the D chords. D major chord is D, F sharp, and A. D minor, you flat the third, or you lower it a half step. D, F natural. Diminished, you lower the fifth as well. And augmented is a major chord with a raised fifth. Now the 6. So you take D major, but you add the B on. That's the 6th note of the scale. That's what D6 means. Not to be confused with a 6 inversion in music theory class. You'll never see it that way in actual music. So it's D with a B. D minor 6, you flat the third. D major 7, D, F sharp, A, C sharp. There's that very lushy sound. D minor 7, D7, excuse me. Lower the 7 to a minor 7. But it's actually a 7 chord. But it's a lowered major 7. Then minor 7, you flat the third. Minor 7, flat 5, flat the 5th. Flat the C to a C flat. Then you have yourself a fully D diminished step. So for the week of February 2nd, you'll practice page 20, 21, which was a review, which is a review. Page 24 is new, and now you do the D major, D minor scale, 2 octaves, and the major, minor, diminished, and augmented chord. Now listen to me. All those chords I just showed you with 6s and 7s and all that stuff, you're not going to ever be tested on. The only thing you'll be tested on is major, minor, diminished, and augmented. I show you all the other ones for those who are interested, who want to know. You do them in piano 2, 3, 4, and you actually use them in real music. But if you're having trouble with all those other chords, don't worry about it. Just play your major, minor, diminished, and augmented. And that's all we need. And I think that that's everything for the week of February 2nd when I see you. And that's it. So if you have any questions, as usual, as I say to you every time I sign off, call me, text me, email me. Let's have some extra lessons. Don't come in unprepared. Simple as that. Have a good week.